Welcome back to another episode. We are back again, live. Well, okay, kind of live. We're alive and rocking. We got myself, as always, and the guy who is choking on something small and tiny in his mouth right now. He wishes it was a joke. We have Roggle here. Yeah, so, Shorty McShorty himself. Let's get after this. What you been up to?
Living life.
You're a
doing
fucking
things.
liar.
Yes. I'm here. I recorded some content. Application. Oh, the weekly application I tried to submit. That happened. Not a thing.
That's fair. You just gave up. It's fine.
It gets handed in and just slid into the side, right into the trash can anymore. No, nobody even looks up at me. Like, oh, you again, huh? No.
She lights a cigar with it. She like, hold on. Yeah. Denied. And it smacks you with a chocolate. So, all right. Well,
very true.
We're gonna we've kind of touched on this subject sort of kind of throughout the year and a half, almost 2 years we've been doing this now. We kind of called it dad knowledge transfer is what I have it written down on my notes. It's like to title the whole fucking thing. So we'll go off that. But to kind of put in perspective for everyone who's listening, just buckle up. It's gonna be a shit show, I promise you. I was like, let me see if I can explain this. I can't without giving examples. So we're just fucking jump into this.
Grab the adult arm and put it over your chest, as they did back in the day when there was no seatbelts worn in the front seat. It was just slam on the brakes and slam your arm across your chest.
Yeah, if they had quick enough time, it was your mom in that driver's seat. You were not going to get saved. You were going straight through.
Yeah.
Not even straight through. You just ricochet off that fucking glass.
Once the arm came out and hit you in the chest, then you're in trouble because you didn't have your seatbelt on. After they almost hit a car. But it's my fault because I didn't have my
red light, run a stop sign. Yeah.
This accident wouldn't have happened if you'd had your seatbelt on. Oh, okay, sure. That's how
this works. That's how it works.
My fault. Sorry, you threw your arm out of the socket trying to keep it in the chest.
So kind of just to best explain like what's going on or whatever. I don't know how to explain it. What are some things you would say that I guess I'll start here. You have a daddy, right? Who is present in your life?
Hold on. Let's not use the word daddy as in like somebody that I look to. No, I don't have a daddy. I have a father figure in my life. Yes, I have my dad still living, if that's what you're asking. Not in the weird way you asked me. Do you have a daddy? No, I don't. No, that's not what I have at all. I have a father figure, yes, in my life.
My bad. How foolish of me to ask you if you had one. We all know I'm your daddy.
I have no daddy, as you say it.
It's daddy. Say it right or don't say it at all.
There's no daddy involved in any of this. No. So no. That's yes, I have a father. Faja. Are you broken now?
I'm so broken over here. I'm so broken. Ooh, I thought it was daddy issues that break me. Goddamn. Oh my god. Well, I guess first off, because we clearly share the same sentiment on that word, that's not a word I like to be called at all by my kids. I think I've set that down since day one when they could start speaking. Like, look, it's dad. Yeah, you can call me anything but daddy. No, we don't call me daddy. Don't do that. That's too weird. You women have fucking ruined that word. You grown ass adult women have ruined that word. So thank you for that. It's your fault, 100%. So yeah. All right, so that's good enough. So we each had present father figures, whether real dads, not daddies, real dads. So let's just kind of, I guess, compare notes for lack of better words. What are some things like, this is a dad episode if you can't figure it out, your dad would have, I guess, taught you or didn't teach you that you're not having to try and pass on. You get what I mean? You need an example?
Yes,
I can give you an example.
The dad transference is pretty much what we've talked about. But my dad growing up, he was the sole, you say breadwinner at that point. My mom worked, but she would stay at home when she obviously wasn't working. She'd have like a full-time job all the time.
Yeah.
So she'd have, jobs here or there, just kind of whenever, if she needed to get out of the house and just work, because she would go crazy. But for a lot of times he was gone, 6 in the morning till 5, 6 at night. So, most part of what he wasn't around until later in the afternoon, was around on weekends. So our time was spent mainly just sports and watching sports, but then also he was a big car guy. He worked in the auto industry all of his life. He worked in dealerships and stuff like that, parts departments, parts manager for 30, 40 years, I think he was, something like that. So he was there for a long time. He just recently retired too. So that was one thing he attempted to transfer, was a lot of car knowledge, but I had no interest in it. But I had to make sure I knew how to change a tire, put gas in the car, check oil. Change oil wasn't mandatory, but he did show me how to do it. I did learn how to do it. Change my brakes, and obviously fluids and everything else. Anything else really under the hood, we didn't really get into too much, because I didn't take the time to really sit back and learn. I didn't have the time in my head to sit there and no, I couldn't concentrate on it.
Yeah.
Do I wish I did? Yes. But I never really took that time. Hunting and just basic cooking was kind of a lot of things that we did. And those are really what it was for the most part, was cars, hunting, cooking, and I guess just other basic man stuff. I don't know really how to break all that down, but typical dad stuff in my head of how a lot of it is, I guess.
I mean,
growing up in the Midwest, at least.
I'd say other than the cooking aspect of it, yeah, it sounds pretty stereotypical, because I know, at least what I saw, of course, from growing up, and all my friends, those with actual dads or stepdads, or the moms having to be the dads type thing, there wasn't a whole lot of cooking. There was specific meals they would cook, and that was your not go-to, but that was their infamous chili. Dads had the infamous chili. Nobody else made chili in the house. Mom would never do it. It was dads. I can't even say barbecuing or smoking. That didn't come into my late high school years. They were talking junior, senior time frame was smoking, and then before that, grilling for the most part would be about it. But it wasn't anything too significant, too fancy. My bougie ass now, when I grill or barbecue or smoke or anything, it's not just I'm gonna throw hamburger patties on the grill. No. It's I'm gonna throw these patties on the grill that have now been seasoned or marinated or whatever concoction I put together for them. I'm gonna make sure I have my spritzer or whatever that I'm going to spray on it or rub on it, and just keep it I have a very, very meticulous way I grill and cook stuff, and we kind of talked about it before in a previous episode. That shit was not around. My dad, it was definitely, here's a hamburger patty, put the patty on. You want cheese? Sure. Here's your cheese, done. That was it. And even in the kitchen, I can't actually say either parents really wanted us, granted there was 5 of us kids, really wanted any of us kids in the kitchen when they were cooking. I think that was kind of their solitude. Fuck off. There's 5 of y'all, go away, entertain each other.
And that makes sense too. Having a big family like that, the transference is definitely going to be difficult. Even the one-on-one time would be extremely difficult, because there's 5 of you. That'd be tough to try to break down that. I mean, that's almost one day during a working week. Yeah. Just trying to do that, and then you have weekends where they're always around. No school, nothing. You're always there.
Well, Well, we kind of, I would say we kind of got, or my family was kind of, I don't want to say lucky because my sister's a fucking hot mess. Uh, Interesting case of the youngest child, who's a year younger than myself. The age difference between him and the oldest, which is my sister, is 10 years. So she wasn't really around for the formidable years of like childhood and child development type of age range, 8 to 18. I'm not saying 5 to 8's not very like informational years, because a lot of shit happens between those 3 years. It's just statistically speaking, around 7, 8 years old, we start having a lot of our major core memories come along and all that stuff. Go read the fucking science articles, they're out there. So you're talking about like my sister really wasn't there. My oldest brother is 9 years older than the youngest. So again, we have, it literally goes 10, 9, and then there's a 3-year gap to 6.5. And then there's me, who's another 3 years younger than him, and then I'm a year older than my youngest brother. So like right now, we're all from oldest to youngest, we're 40, 42 now. Yeah, so 42, 41, 38, 30, 37. I think he's 37. I may be off on the middle child. I get him confused often. Sorry, Caleb. 37, 38, then you have me at 33, and then my youngest brother at 32. So like 32, 42 is our age range right now. So the oldest who weren't really around is mostly the middle child, myself and my younger brother. And the middle child really wasn't on par with the 90s, early 2000 manly stuff, because he came out as gay in the late 90s, early 2000s. So yeah, he's more of the flamboyant type where he was once he came out. Nothing isn't favorite brother to this day. But so he wasn't really a factor hanging out with dad, but at the same time, like, I'm sure he was spent after having 5 fucking kids. So there wasn't a lot of knowledge transfer to a degree. Like the car thing, as you were talking, and your dad worked in the fucking industry. My dad was military through and through. Like he just retired back in, I shouldn't say just, he's been retired now for 10 years, for 10, 11 years now. And he retired from the Air Force in the intelligence field. And so he was, all that wonky ass scheduling, all that stuff, TDYs, deployments, hidden deployments, trainings, all that good stuff. And that was a little different, but it definitely came a time where like I can remember there was a moment just like simply asking my dad what he was doing on a car a long time ago, like 96, 97, and be like, hey, what's going on with you? Can I help you? No, go away. This is easy. I don't need help with this. And that was kind of like, that's only etched in my memory because it's like, oh, okay, I wanted, like, me being a curious little fucking asshole, want to know what's going on, see if I could do anything. Can't, got pushed away. I was like, I don't give a fuck about cars. So I was never really taught about cars. I knew how to change tires. I knew how to like not fix a flat, but do a quick fix flat. I knew how to check oil, like do a full true oil change, like draining it and flushing and all that. No, to this day, still don't know how to do it. I YouTubed it the other day. I'm pretty sure I could do it now. I'm a YouTube University graduate. The car thing is what's so interesting to me because like I didn't get taught most of that growing up. I was told, this is your dipstick. If it drops below here, add oil to it. Make sure it's 520 or 530, 510, whatever. And that was really about it. This is your washer fluid. Put this in. And then never really got told about like coolant or brake fluid that came along in my adult years. So that was kind of like non-existent. And again, my dad was like similar to yours, very big into sports and NASCAR. He would go in waves of NASCAR. Fucking Sunday
But I was huge
mornings.
into NASCAR
Ugh.
too.
I remember falling asleep to that on the floor. Everybody would be sitting around, and my dad's doing the classic. Let me lean back, arms crossed after church. He's not really sleeping, but he's sleeping. But don't touch that damn controller because he will fucking know. And I remember just literally watching Dale Earnhardt do laps after laps and just be like, oh, this is so boring. But hearing the talk about fucking white noise, race car tracks on a TV, and same with like golf. I was like, I could watch it. I'm not going to survive past like maybe 10 laps, 20 laps. I'm not going to survive past 3 or 4 holes on a TV. Like I'm out. I'm done even to this day. And don't give a fuck about any of those sports. Played them, most of them, not NASCAR. I would love to legally be able to drive in circles that fast. But like golfing, football, tennis, track, basketball, men's volleyball, baseball, I've done all the sports that were available in our school. We didn't have soccer, and my dad was not big in soccer. So the transfer, like looking back now, what's funny is like, and I've told you this, I'm very open about, like, I find it so funny is like we've had a recent therapy session where it was my turn to talk, I guess would be the best way to put it, where she's like, oh, let's talk about your childhood. Okay, get ready. We don't have enough time. 1 hour session ain't gonna work, but let's try this. We'll get to like day 1. Okay, just day 1. But so it was so interesting because she even pointed out too things that I've started realizing over the last 10 years of having my own kids. I was like, he was kind of there, he was present. I was like, yeah, and not justifying it because you really shouldn't, but like, you understand, like, he was military. We didn't know when he'd show up, when he'd get home. When he was quote unquote TDY or quote unquote training, and he was actually deployed, we found out years later that he wasn't in Virginia, he was in Guatemala, he wasn't in Dallas, he was over in Iraq or Afghanistan or wherever they sent him, because intel, very secretive. And so the data transfer wasn't really there for the most part. And now having kids of my own and going like you know me, I've been very fucking proud of like the shit I can do with my fucking car. I'm like, hey, Rocco, guess what I can do? Like, fucking school kid.
We changed your own brakes and everything. You're all excited about it. Yeah.
Well, what's funny, that wasn't the first time I changed my brake pads. I mean, it's the first time on the blue car, but not the cars in general. But the fact that like, it was more important this time around because I have my son who's 4 years old, and even when I was changing the brake pads, I did that when, I was unsupervised, so if something happened, I was dead. Or wait till my wife comes home like 2 hours later and still be dead. Or hopefully one of the hood rat kids from across the street would be like, Mom, something's over here.
He's not moving.
He's not moving anymore. He's not yelling at us to get off the fucking bricks that aren't paved down and that we trip and slip on all the time. But even when I was like, oh, hey, talk to my wife, I was like, hey, I'm going to change my brake pad. I'm going to fix the brake pads. I'm going to replace those. And my son's just like, oh, can I help? I want to help. Dad, can I help? No, I really don't want you doing the brake pads. Like, I don't want you by me because the car has to be jacked up. I don't want you anywhere nearby. If I get hurt, cool, whatever, life insurance. You get hurt, I'm going to be pissed off at myself and hold that against myself probably for fucking eons. And so I was like, no, that's fine. Did that, and then had to replace the fluids in my car. Coolant, washer, oil, had to top off the brake fluid. And I let my son do that with him, and to see like the pure excitement out of his eyes of not just like watching, but of asking, hey, can I help? Can I pour? Can I do this? Can I hold the funnel? Sure. Can I wipe off the dipstick? Not what he said. He definitely called it something shit stick, but whatever. So like, again, he's 4, but the fact that he's asking to do all this stuff is like, sure, I'll teach you, even though you won't fucking retain this information because you're 4. I'm gonna teach you. It's like, pull the dipstick out. I was like, oh, you see right here, you see that letter F? Full. We don't fill beyond this. You see that bottom L? Low. Add fluid. You see how there's no oil on the dipstick? We're out.
This isn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, so like we're out. So we're gonna go online and we're gonna see how many liters of fluid we need. And fucking owner's manual, not true. It says 6 to 7 gallons. I think it's gallons that they use. I don't know. Don't quote me. Quarts. There we go. Liquid measurements that I don't give a fuck about. So it says 6 to 7 quarts. I was like, okay, cool. So I went out and I was gonna test this out to begin with. I was like, let me get 1 quart or let me get 1 bottle. It's fine. And if I get 1, it should be on the dipstick. Like I should like just the tip or something should be a little oily. Show my son this, let him pour it and everything. No, I had to go back to AutoZone, and I was like, cool, whatever. I got a 5 quart thing. I was like, cool, we're gonna use all of this because it says 6 to 7. I'm out, so therefore I need six quarts, right? No, I only need like 3 out of that thing.
It's normally 4 quarts. Normally there are others that take a little bit more, but yeah, 4 quarts is about average.
So that's that's what YouTube said, but they all said the same shit of check your owner's manual. So I checked my owner's manual. I said, if out of oil, add no more than 7 quarts. When doing an oil change, it went step by step. By the way, I didn't know the owner's manual had a step by step on how to change the oil. It's fucking cool. But YouTube, easier, and I don't have to read. We both are not a fan of reading. So I had to read the owner manual section, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm out of oil, so I need 6 to 7. Cool, whatever. 4. I need 4 total. But anyway, so I got a big jug. I'm holding the funnel with one hand, trying to help my son pour the oil. I was like, please don't fucking spill it because we just spent so much money on this. Don't spill it. He pours it in there.
Liquid gold.
He pours it in there. And I was like, okay, if it's cool, let it just sit there for a little bit. Put the coolant in, let him pour it. Put the washer fluid in, let him pour it. Kind of let him pour the brake fluid because it's like fucking way back there and he can't reach. Mm-hmm. But this little dude was so fucking excited. But this is all the same little guy that's like, let me tell you all about construction vehicles. This is a backhoe. This is a dump truck. This is a excavator. This is he can name off 8 different equipments. I have no fucking idea what they are. But he knows them. And he can tell you whether or not they have treads or wheels. And whether or not there are interlocking wheels or suspension wheels. Like, this 4-year-old knows this shit about construction. I don't know any of it. But changing the oils and all that was interesting, and to see him be so excited to tell like his mom, my wife, and even his nana, I gotta change oil. I got so messy. No, you didn't. I was come. Shut up, you fucking liar. But like to see all that and a 4-year-old get so excited about this, and then me going, I was never shown this. I was shown, here's your dipstick. This is how you clean. And to be fair, here's your dipstick. Let me dip it. You see where it's at now? I was not taught dip it, wipe it, dip it again. YouTube, several years ago.
True. So I'm assuming you also were never taught in the art of holding a flashlight either.
Yeah, but not because of a car. Not because of a car. I know how to do home repair because of my dad. And I'd be like, right here. Or sorry, because my tiny little hands be like, right here, point up. Up. I'm pointing it up. Hold the goddamn flashlight up like this.
We all had that. I think that's what. Why can't you do what I'm asking? I'm trying. I don't know what you mean.
Point the goddamn light up, and you're pointing it like this. You're pointing to the back. That's not up. That's not up. Up it's this way. Do you understand? Do you know your goddamn directions? Do you know what's up? Do you know what's down? That's forward.
I'm sorry. I'm trying. Yes, I think we all had that. And
I'm gonna cover that in my next therapy session.
I don't know if I ever had. I don't think I've had to have that because I went out and I bought a headlamp. Obviously, back then it was not a thing unless you had a hard hat with a gigantic flashlight stuck to it. But
they were a thing.
Now,
my dad definitely had one from on the farm. I'm pretty sure it was Jimmy Rig, but yeah, yep.
It might have been, but no, I went out and I bought it because I'm like, I'm just going to do this because I know I will flip out if they try and do it, and I'm not going to put them through it because I know how much it sucked. I'm going to try and pull that one away from them because it's
I'm not going to trauma dump this.
No, I'm not gonna take this one out on you because I know how much it sucked.
So when I was doing my car stuff, I didn't need a flashlight. I did it on like bright fucking day. But with that said, I definitely have had to use a flashlight before, and I found out on my blue car Sonata, it doesn't have a placeholder stick. I don't know the proper word for it now. Like you lift up in the hood, you pull the stick up, and it holds the hood up.
Yeah.
Yeah, my blue car doesn't have that. And it doesn't, like, you can't lock it by pushing all the way up. No. So I'm doing this little number where I'm holding it, trying to pour the liquid, or better yet, I'm trying to like hold the funnel with one hand, holding the hood with my head, and because I could, like, I haven't looked in the owner manual. I googled this. I went on YouTube, and they all say the same thing. Oh yeah, the Sonata, the 2013 Sonata doesn't have one. How the fuck do you keep the hood open? And that led me to call like AutoZone and call Tech Bays here. Like, hey, I'm trying. Like, I'm curious if my hood is missing a part or if like it's defective or something. And all I heard from the mechanic was, I hate fucking Sonatas. I hate Sonatas. I was like, oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I bought one.
Well, I'm just curious if this is how it's supposed to be. Yeah, they're fucking stupid models. Makes no fucking goddamn sense. I was like, okay, have a good day. Click. So yeah,
Yep.
That pissed me off.
Save yourself time, buy a set of vice grips and clamp it onto the hydraulic bar that goes up. Clamp it on there, and it won't move. If you have to do,
I don't know if I can get. I don't know if I can get to them because it's literally like at the like. You guys can't see this, but hood, and this is like where like the windshield is. The hydraulic is way back here, so when it lifts up, you have it literally. It's all the hydraulic. The only lifts it's back here. There is nothing in the front portion of it all. I can't get shit back there because I try to put a brick of sorts to stop it. I'm all about MacGyvering shit.
You're building Legos to try and hold your fucking hood up. Dad, can I have my Legos back? It's holding up the hood right now. Leave me alone.
Fucking, I should have used the Duplos. Goddamn. But it's not the point of this. But not the point of it. But not like I don't need a flashlight. But I can't say the one time I had to have a flashlight or needed it because fucking middle of the night I was like, oh, I googled something that led me down a rabbit hole. I would put the flashlight / taser combo, by the way. Put that fucker in my mouth and literally just hold it like, Please don't go off. Please don't go off. Please don't go off. It's a taser. It has. Yeah. Awesome.
I try to put my mouth to try and hold if it's got electricity attached to it. My luck, it would go off. It would somehow find a way to shoot off and hit me in the mouth. It would not feel good at all. There's no way.
It doesn't hurt if it's a quick zap, but it definitely makes you go, you motherfucker, stop it. Definitely played around with it a bit, but between that and like building my computer or working on my computer now, because it's built, it's just working on like maintenance and repairing all that. Again, both my kids, but mostly my son. Well, because we're home all day. He thinks this is like the coolest shit. He thinks I'm so fucking goddamn smart, and I am, but not as smart as this kid thinks I am. And I'll be like, yep, I need I need clean out my GPUs, or I'll pull everything off my motherboard, wipe it down, alcohol wipes to just clean it. Put new thermal paste on. This kid just gets like, so fucking, can I help? You can help. Just because I need your tiny little hands. And like, I have tiny hands, and I fucking struggle with the RAM sticks from time to time in my case. And like, he just thinks it's so cool. Or if I have to fix something around the house or anything, he thinks it's the most fascinating fucking shit. And then my daughter and him both love cooking. So anytime I'm in the kitchen, which is all the fucking time, because I'm the one that cooks in the house, it's always, Dad, can I help cook? Dad, can I cook? Dad, I want to do this. And more so, it's, Dad, I'm going to do this. No, the fuck you're not.
Step back, I got this. I've seen you do it once.
But like I was,
Give me the knife.
I was frying chicken the other week, like making homemade fried chicken. Dad, I'm going to do this. No, you're not. This is hot oil. Oh, Dad, I'm 4. I know this. No, you don't. Fuck off. Go away. And then like mom's, come on, buddy, you need to leave. It's hot oil. It's gonna pop you. I'm 4. That's his whole rebuttal to everything. I'm 4. Fuck
I
off.
wipe my own ass. I'm 4.
Does not wipe his own ass all the time. He does not
No, we
do
have
this shit.
we have the same thing. Is that when it's cooking is a big thing because again I cook majority of the time. My 12
Like I
year
had to think about that. I cook.
cooks.
Can I say majority of the time? Am I gonna get in trouble for this? Majority of the time.
Well, my voice kind of lingers, so I want to make sure that I don't get heard. But my 12-year-old has started to cook a little bit more, and this past weekend he made homemade chicken nuggets and French fries.
Yep.
First thing he's ever done. He did it from scratch. Everything he made his own.
Chicken nuggets. Are we talking like just fried chicken bits, or legitimately like pulverizing the chicken into mush?
No, he did.
Starch.
He did fried.
Okay.
He did fried. Just cut up chicken breast, but
Yeah,
made his own.
we call those chicken nuggets. I just want to clarify because I know.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He didn't do the whole mash and everything like that. So yeah, I just cut up chicken breast. Did all that, deep fried it, and had those, and then also cut up his own potatoes and made French fries that way. It was a learning experience for him, and it was because he had to learn about oil temperature, and you cannot fry something, pull them out, and then drop more in. You have to let the oil come back up to temperature.
Yep.
And you also have a different temperature between chicken nuggets and French fries. French fries are a lot higher temperature than chicken nuggets. So the first batch was very, very soggy. Luckily, we had an air fryer that we kind of slid things in and finished them that way.
I mean, the chicken nuggets are like a whole different beast in of itself. And then you have potatoes, which is a whole different league because like to do proper French fries, you had to cut/dice, you had to soak them, then you had to let them dry, and then you had to soak them again to get as much starch off of them. Maybe toss them in flour. Like there's a whole fucking process to do proper French fries. So I understand as well. He's not gonna know all that stuff. So that's fine. Some of us watch Good Eats too many times, but like I hate doing homemade French fries because the process is so fucking tedious and long. Thank God we have an air fryer too. But like, they just piss me off because it's one of those things like thick fries or standard fry is going to fry a lot slower than a shoestring or say a curly, or like the fact that oil temperature plays a small factor at the size of your fucking potato.
It does, and he didn't understand that, but he caught on to it, and he cut them up and he soaked them. He did it for probably a couple hours. We pulled them out, dried them, and then they softened up fairly quick and within 2 hours. So these were just, and we grabbed the baked potato style. We didn't grab any of the yellow potatoes like that. They were just straight baked potato because I knew it was going to be softer in the middle for him. So he used those soaked for a couple hours with it, and then fried them on a lower heat the first time. And then the second batch, we bumped it up, and it got a lot hotter. He noticed how they started to float. Yeah, he knows how they started to float when they were done too, and the frying was a lot different when he did too. So, but definitely a learning experience for him. And as he does it, I step back and I watch him because I've taught him a lot of things. His dad also was culinary inclined, so he would do stuff with him as well. But he knows enough now to where he can cut on his own. He's been taught cutting techniques, ways to do different things within the kitchen to be safe. But oil was the first thing for him. So I said, okay, you're gonna get popped.
You will be burned.
There's no way you're gonna get hit by oil. So just be prepared. It's gonna burn.
You're like, I'm 40 fucking years old and I'm still being burned.
I said, don't freak out and don't jerk your hands anywhere because worst thing's gonna happen. You're gonna jerk. You're either gonna hit the pan or you're gonna drop more and splatter more. So you have to be calm.
Yeah.
You are gonna get burned. So just be prepared. He did. He got splattered a little bit, but he handled it. And it all came out really good. He was excited about it, and he tries to do his whole thing now is to do one meal a week, which cool. If you want to do one meal a week, it's fine. Just make sure that you have everything you need, so we're not scrambling around to go to the store to figure out what you want Or what you know, oh, I need this, I need this. Okay, I mean, I get it. I do the same thing, but
Yeah,
I don't have to do it for your stuff. I'll do it for mine. I don't have to do it for yours.
I can
I have
blame
to go to the
myself.
store
I
enough.
don't want to have to blame you.
Just tell me.
You
Yeah.
can't drive. You have no license.
I
You
have
are
to
the
go
biggest
get your
fucking
stuff.
inconvenience.
So yeah, he's been made to have his own shopping list ready for it. And like that. So I said you have to have a recipe as well and figure out what you're doing in some manner because you cannot wing it at this point. You don't know enough to just wing a recipe and it come out the way you want it.
I don't know, man. Especially after watching like MasterChef Juniors, all these junior cooking. Grant drastically different. Most of them are like, no, there was a 6-year-old on there a few seasons ago.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
to say you can't just jump in and dive. Yeah, you can. You're gonna fuck up a lot. Just be prepared and be prepared for your mom and dad. Be like, you just fucking wasted $20 worth of goddamn chicken breast. Get your shit together, kid.
That's why he doesn't have the free
Get
reign.
your shit together.
Yeah,
Where's
that's
your
why he
fucking
doesn't have the free
allowance?
reign to do that. Yeah, no, that's why we cut back a little bit on it. So you can just have a recipe and we'll go from there.
Like,
So
my daughter, I didn't. I mean, I perfected. I will say that my daughter was taught how to make. I've taught her several times how to make scrambled eggs, but she's never like. I've never let her actually cook it herself because my biggest thing is I don't want her to get burned. I don't want either one of my kids to get burned. So like I'm very controlling in my kitchen. Now if somebody else's kitchen, like their nanas, I don't give a fuck. Like whatever. Not my mess. I'm not cleaning up. I don't give a fuck. I'm not the reason why my kid gets burned or hurt. That's you. That's on you. Hope you live with that guilt. So I'm like hands on in my kitchen. But like their nana taught her how to make scrambled eggs and let her actually cook the scrambled eggs. Super rubbery the first time. It's fine. She ate them. But they just make like scrambled egg sandwiches where, bread, mayo, scrambled eggs. And that's her go-to breakfast meal. The same with pancakes.
you said mayo?
Yeah, they eat mayo. You don't like it. I don't give a fuck. I didn't say Miracle Whip. I said mayo.
It's so nasty.
It's still better than Miracle Whip. But anyways,
White
so do that,
stuff.
and then you're fucking white. Shut the fuck up. I get the feeling your significant other eats mayo.
Oh my god, I hate mayonnaise. They fucking love mayonnaise.
I'm just saying, some white people shit, and your wife is not white.
It's not your typical mayonnaise. It's Hispanic or Mexican mayonnaise.
That's good mayo.
No. I hate mayonnaise.
I'm gonna come up and visit and just destroy your life in one day. Anyways, oh, you really hate how I'm gonna make these scrambled eggs. And anyways, like my it's been a while, but my daughter would come into like at the middle of the morning, like 7 o'clock. We should be up, we're not. But 7 o'clock, my daughter's like, Dad, can I make scrambled egg sandwiches? Yeah, sure. Do you know how to do it? Yeah. I was like, okay, cool. And she's gotten better about it. Now she's like, Dad, I don't know what to do. And her mom uses water inside like scrambled eggs. And there's a lot of things like if you should use a dairy product, i.e. milk. My wife has no problem just like, oh yeah, just use water. Like, no, it calls for fucking milk for a reason. There's a creaminess to this texture. Water does nothing. I will teach you all about H2O compound construction with food. It does not work that way. So anyways, my wife taught her, yeah, just add water because, she doesn't have to carry a gallon of milk or anything. And then there's my ass where she's like, Dad, can you help me? It's like, yeah, go get the milk. Why? Because we're making scrambled eggs. Go get the milk. But mom uses, I don't give a fuck what mom uses. We have milk. Go get milk.
We're doing it the right way.
Yeah, I often say that too. It's like, we're going to do it the right way. My way works too. No, it fucking doesn't. My way is right. Shush. So like, okay, and we just a splash. It's just one egg, not too much. And there was one morning where, it's actually just like a couple weeks ago. She is a new gallon of milk, and I don't think she understood the weight differential. So it went from one egg to like a cup of milk and a splash of eggs.
Egg cereal.
And I didn't know that until like I got up because I heard her go, oh shit. I was like, hold on, what's going on? So I got out of bed, went in there, and I look, and her milk is just slightly yellow. I was like, my milk go bad? What the fuck? So I was like, "Oh, what are you making?" I'm making eggs. Where's your egg? It's in there.
In there.
I went,
It's drowning.
oh my god. So like I'm asking my son, do you want scrambled egg? Yeah. So crack another egg in there, and now it's just like it's off yellow.
You need about 4 or 5 more eggs.
I need like a fucking dozen. So it's like goddamn. So I was like, okay, whatever. And at this point, like I'm getting frustrated. And my wife's just like, it's fine, just let them cook. So she cooks and you have to like basically boil the milk out. And she gets it done and everything. She's like, these are so good. I was like, that's good. You're gonna eat all of them. But saying like if they want to do like waffles or pancakes, I will make homemade waffle batter. So all she has to do is add milk. And again, tell her I will go get like the measuring spoon or the measuring cup, and with like a marker, I'll be like, right here. If you have any more milk than that, pour it back into the container. No more than this much milk. Okay, and they'll pour it in, and they'll make the slurry and put it on the stove. But they want to make waffles, they have to get my waffle maker down. And then I was like, no. Dad makes waffles. Because you have to lift it up, you have to pour the batter in there. You can only pour so much, or else it goes everywhere. And she found that out the hard way the other week too, where she's like, I'm just gonna pour a little bit because I have all the batter in the measuring cup. And she's like pouring it, and she goes, oops.
Those suck to clean.
All right. So she pushes it down, and you see batter go all outside. And of course, as it cooks, it rises and more batter gets pushed outside. I'm just watching this hot mess underneath my waffle maker. I'm like, hey, just so you know, you're going to clean this mess up. No, I'm not cleaning up. You made the mess. My kitchen, you made the mess. You clean it up. God. And of course, there's the voice of reason just going, it's fine. She's learning. I don't.
See, I went out and I got them their own little waffle maker and egg, like the egg maker stuff too, like whatever was Bed Bath Beyond, they had them. So they can make their own little waffles and or egg sandwiches and stuff like that too. So they just put on there, drop it down. They clean it. It's theirs.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. They don't use the big ones.
Yeah,
so I give them kind of their own.
Those are all like, I fucking blame Alton Brown for this. So, but hey, if you're listening to this, be on the show. Single use product, I mean like waffle makers, when it's just meant for waffles. Now, you can make so much more with it if you're willing to learn and do stuff with it. But something that has like a singular function annoys the ever-loving shit out of me. So I often don't have them. So like my mother-in-law, several years ago, bought my wife and I an egg sandwich express thing. You put English muffin, turkey, like it's all separate compartments, but you can put the egg in there, the egg cooks, put the ham on there, and then you just slide all the sections out and it comes together. Fucking waste of money. Didn't ever fucking work. But it has no, like, it can't do anything else. It literally does that one fucking function.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we're like, oh, thank you so much. I was like, I think we used it once in the 4 or 5 years we had it. And we're like,
is it just messy as shit?
It's so fucking messy. Because it says you line all the compartments up, and there's the middle sections where your egg cooks. It has a heating element, or it has metal underneath that heats up. And we put the egg in there, and it would just run out the sides. Because you're supposed to basically close it or pour the egg in and push down on it. The whole fucking beast gets hot. So now your top element is hot. So now you have to like hold this down and maybe get a pot holder. Like it was very flawed. Granted, they're a lot better nowadays, but again, single function products annoy the ever loving shit out of me now. And Alton Brown has this whole fucking episode about it on Good Eats, and he's done podcast episodes, interviews, and everything about it too, where he just rips them apart. It's like you won't ever see him in my kitchen. So if I buy something, it's not a single function. I will figure out how to make multiple things out of it, like the waffle maker. Put a donut in it, crush it down. Oh, those are fucking phenomenal. And I'm teaching my kids that too, but at the same time, like if I'm making say hamburgers, and my daughter wants to come and help. I was like, okay, what do you want to season it with? This and this and this. No, not that. That's cinnamon. No, nope, nope. Sorry, let me rephrase it. Choose everything from this bottom section. This upper section is like all your like niche specific spices. You know, cardamom, cinnamon, like very specific to specific cuisines or seasons. She's like, oh, okay. And this, nope, nope. Again, nope. That is basil. Or nope, that is Italian seasoning. That does not go with burgers. We're not doing that. No, ma'am. Bottom. So, and then I make her pour all the seasoning into a cup, like a little kitty cup. It's like you can pour it in there so where I can see how much she pours in. If she needs to put some back, then we can put it back before she over seasons my burger with garlic salt or garlic powder or whatever. But like they thoroughly enjoy it, and I personally love that. I love being able to cook with them and show them everything. And then, of course, I'm sure you run into it's like, how do you know how to do this? I don't know.
A lot of
My
it was
response
like,
is good eats.
I learned a lot from my dad. Now you're watching me do it. So it's just like I learned a lot because I sat back and I watched, and then when I was able to, I started to help, and I started then pretty much the same way with breakfast food. That's always seems to be the easiest thing to teach a kid how to make is that or spaghetti. Spaghetti is always an easy one to do as well.
Yeah.
Can get messy, but it's fairly easy if you're just doing basic stuff. Hamburger meat, seasoning, sauce, pasta. When I do with them, it's jarred stuff. It's all very easy. So we make it just the simple way for them to do it. But yeah, breakfast is probably the one that they do a lot more because obviously they have to get up in school in the morning, and they're other than this, my 6-year-old, everybody else is able to make their own breakfast and function in the morning without being told what to do. Yeah. She does fairly well. So, but she makes bullseyes, which is just the toast circle cut out with the egg dropped in the middle.
Yeah.
Or there's 1,000 other ones. It's always called bullseye when I was growing up. So,
toad in a hole is its technical name.
Okay, well, no, it's bullseye.
Oh, yeah, bullseye makes more sense than toad in a hole because it's not a frog, it's an egg. Sorry, I know. Random fact.
So then they were making that, and then our 12-year-old is these social media stuff now. He's like, "Oh, have you seen this?" I'm like, "Yeah, we just made that the other day." He's like, "Oh, he's had it before too." But what they did is they took the bread in the middle, and they put chocolate in it, and they dropped it in the toaster.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Well, and I've never done it. I just always would toast the middle and have that with the egg because when the egg broke, you could dip that in as well and eat it that way. I can't stand candy stuff in the morning. Like cereal and me is fine.
All fucking day. All goddamn fucking day. Let's go. You got Twix bar? Let's go. Some Skittles, Starburst.
No.
Got me a soda with that too? I'll fucking go all day.
She'll make that in the morning, and he makes it as well. But it just depends on kind of what they're into. Eggs and chorizo is also a huge thing that they make in the morning.
That's good too.
So yes. So he's worked on that one a bit.
My kid won't do chorizo because of the texture.
Really?
Yeah. It's like it doesn't get hard like sausage links or sausage patties or even crumble sausage. It has more of a mush, smooth texture, and there's like my daughter has a very adverse reaction to similar profiles all across the board. So like her eggs are really soft and mushy. She won't do anything else with it. It fucking pisses me off with meals. But no, it's interesting because I think it's interesting because I'll make a meal, say spaghetti, or more recently, fettuccine Alfredo. Again, for the kids, I'm not making homemade Alfredo sauce because they're not gonna fucking eat it. So I just get jarred. It's like I know how to make homemade spaghetti sauce. I would rather make homemade spaghetti sauce. But my fucking 6-year-old is a jerk at times. So and my wife too, where she's like, that's so much work, go get a jar. It tastes so much better. It's 4 fucking ingredients. But anyways, so like we made Alfredo and my daughter helped. They know it as white spaghetti because for whatever reason they're not comprehending this is just fettuccine Alfredo, the noodle and the sauce. That's the name of it. So they call it white spaghetti. And they went over to their nana's the other month, and she made it for them. Went to go pick them up. Dad, guess what we had? Guess what we had? What? What? We had a new meal. Yeah? What did you have? We had Nana, what did we have? No, what's it called? I made fettuccine Alfredo. Okay. We literally just had that for dinner on Tuesday. You call it white spaghetti. It's not the same. Nana has rectangle noodles. Okay. Your mom does not like fettuccine noodles. And you two have legitimately pissed and moaned and refused to eat fucking dinner because of those noodles the last time I did that. So we stick with spaghetti noodles because you two did not like them. Well, Nana's tasted better. Fuck off. And we've had to like start teaching that too because like we're teaching about politeness, manners around people cooking food because like I don't give a shit if somebody tells me like, oh, your food is salty, your food's bad, whatever, to each their own. But my daughter, let me tell you what, this motherfucker. I don't remember what we made, but just put in perspective, the school makes this meal too, just in a totally different fashion. Like think cheeseburger type thing, very similar. But I made the meal and I use a lot of seasoning, like salt, pepper, garlic, onion, paprika. Like I have a thing of seasoning. I just use a lot because I like flavorful food. That's right. This white person knows how to fucking season his food. Anyways, so my daughter was like, I don't like this. This doesn't taste as good as Nana's. Well, how does Nana make it? I don't know. Oh, does she use garlic? No. Does she use onion? I don't know what that is. Oh, okay. Sure. Well, what don't you like about it? The texture, the flavoring, like what? All of it. In other words, she's looking for a fight. It's like, okay, whatever, eat your dinner. And then she's like, my school makes it better than you. Like, I'm literally like mid-eating. I was like, what? You're a fucking liar. We don't lie in this house, okay? That was enough for me to not, like,
throw down right now.
Like, not that I fist fight my kid, but this was the time about fucking Spartan kicked her in the chest. It's like, are you fucking? Don't you fucking lie to me. They have hindrance over there. Your school food's not better than my food. Don't you fucking ever say that. But I was like, listen, okay. We don't need to say stuff like that, okay? And I tell her, I was like, for me, I don't really care too much, but I understand that comes across very hurtful. And I will be damned if you're going to go over to your Nana's and say, well, dad makes it better or my school makes it better. Because one, your school does not make anything better. I promise you. Because they can use salt and pepper, and that's about their repertoire of seasoning because, it, you know, allergies and shit. So, no. And second off, that's very mean. How would you like it if I tell you your eggs taste disgusting and my school made them better than you, or mom could make them better than you? Why would you say that? Exactly. Hurts your feeling, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, shut your fucking mouth. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. Just don't do it again. Goddamn. Fucking jerks.
Yeah, we had a big one with that. Was trying to make sure that one, they never said no to trying new food. They have to at least try it. And if they don't like it, perfectly fine, but you tried it. Never turn your nose up at food. I don't care if it stinks.
Yep.
Because you're gonna run into something that smells that you don't like. You're gonna run into something that's burnt that you don't like. Now, I understand if something is overly burnt, you try to eat it, and it's very, very hard to try and swallow said burnt food.
Charcoal. Sorry to swallow charcoal.
It's gonna
All
be
what it is.
So at times we have taught them the napkin technique of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wipe my mouth and spit in there and then wad it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You can't do it. Just if you're in a restaurant, that's how you do it. Just kind of set it to the side. Whatever. You're at home, get up and go to the trash can, but don't make a big spectacle about it. Like, oh my god, this is gross. No, gross doesn't come out of your mouth.
Don't spit it out on your fucking plate. God.
No, that doesn't come back out either.
Ugh.
No. And the plh sound, we don't do that one either. So it's like they've done a really good job about it. Starting off, it was kind of like one of those things, but it doesn't take a whole lot to say, hey, just try it, move on, don't make a big deal about it. One thing that drives me nuts is when the kids can't stand their food touching.
Look, I'm gonna be on your kid's side for this one. There's certain foods that don't fucking touch. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Are you gonna eat a piece of shit? It goes to the same spot.
Sorry, if you're cooking shit, I'm not coming to your house at all. I don't care how much you season it and put mayonnaise on it. I'm not eating shit.
There's a lot of corn in it too. It's fresh. My point is, and I've gone fucking battles with this one. There are certain foods that do not need to touch and should not touch, and this is a flavor profile. Because again, I know where my kids' aversions come from. I get it, but it's a flavor profile. Like say, salad for me. My salad cannot touch anything else on my plate because it has fucking ranch on it, or it has blue cheese crumble, or it has some dressing on it. I don't want this shit touching my other food and affecting the whole fucking flavor profile of that one bite and ruining it for me. Where I'm like, oh, well, I can't eat this. I will make a stink about it internally, and it pisses me off. It's also an OCD thing. I will be on your kid's side on this one.
A salad I can see going on a whole other plate, bowl, or whatever. That's perfectly fine. If you have it on your plate.
I'm not dirtying up 2 dishes, okay? So it needs to stay in some fucking quarter and not move.
Then your bougie ass better do something about building a wall around your fucking salad.
I do. That's where like potatoes come into play. Tater tots. My shit is sectored out, okay?
What meal are you having? Salad and tater tots together? Because that's
potatoes.
You're having chicken nuggets, tater tots, salad.
That's a complete meal. Why are you shitting on that? That's a complete meal. That's your starch, that's your veggies, that's your protein, that's your carbs. Why are you shitting on this? It's not tater tots, you asshole. It's fucking mashed potatoes and gravy. It's where you get your dairy too. Fuck off. I said potatoes like tater tots.
That's what you said, tater tots.
Potatoes like tater tots.
Potatoes.
God. The point is, like, I get the whole thing, like it not touching. I'm one of those people. I will go down swinging. Something on my finger. I don't know what.
Weirdo.
ADHD. Fuck off. But so I get that. I get it, but to a degree. But like if it's like, if there's no, it's a dressing thing. If it has its own like sauce or dressing or something, that shit does not touch anything else. And like Thanksgiving's coming around, I can tell you right now. I'm sure you're one of those people that don't like sweet potato casserole with marshmallows.
No, it's not a thing. Shouldn't be a thing. It's just disgusting. I have to fucking make it now. I hate it.
I was like, hold on, it is a thing, whether or not you like it.
No,
but anyways, be a thing. that has a sauce underneath it, so that will not touch anything else. I will not let it. And my defense for it is my rolls, because my rolls are free game for everything. Because I will use a roll to wipe it all up. But my gravy can't touch it. Like, everything has to have its own fucking place.
But you use the roll to collect all the flavors at once and eat it?
No. No. I will use the roll. I will wipe up the gravy, take a bite so where there's no more gravy. I will wipe up the sweet potato juice, take a bite. No cross-contamination in this house.
Oh my gosh. I can't fucking stand it. It drives me absolutely crazy. It's
So
not
with
as
that
bad
said,
as it
you want
used
to
to
come to
be.
my house for Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah, I'll go with just one big ass bowl and I'll put everything in. Fucking eating it like ice cream.
That's
Just
fine.
fucking sit there and
It's
look
not
at
on my
you.
plate. That's not on my plate. I don't give a fuck.
I'll walk by and rub my hand across your plate and mix everything together.
Oh, I'd fucking punch you in the dick.
Eat it now, bitch.
I'd punch you in the dick.
I'm going home. I don't want to play. This is your house. Fuck you.
We in the
I don't know
bathroom.
what
I
to
said
do.
plate. But like, I get it. I will say though, because that's your big pet peeve, or one of them. I'm sure maybe you'll relate. This could just definitely be my sensory issue. Fucking chewing with your mouth open. That
Can't
pisses me
stand
off.
it.
No. This is not like
that one.
This is not like I can't stand it. I will fucking punch somebody of any age, and my wife has no problem with it, and my kids will quickly just chew with your mouth closed. I am. See. No, you weren't. If I can hear you smacking, you did not have your mouth closed. Well, I had too much food in it. Then put less fucking food in your mouth. Ugh. And there's my wife. She's like, it's not that big of a deal. It is. You all are talking, and there's food being chewed. There's too many auditory things going on right now. Y'all need to fucking stop. Talk or eat. If you eat, shut your mouth when you eat. Chew with your mouth closed. Like, that is a big issue between my wife and I. She used to chew with her mouth open a lot. I literally would sit there and just stare. And she's like, what? Stop.
It's the sound. It's just the sound of it. I don't like it
Stop.
either. I can't stand it. One thing we struggle with or fight with all the time is talking with your mouth full. Like that,
Oh, we
I
don't do
can't
that.
stand.
We don't do that.
I can't stand it. It drives me nuts.
Our school does a really good job of stopping that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they like we can go have lunch with our kids at school, and the lunch monitor lady, whoever's there, the teacher, they will quickly be like, no talking, you're eating, no talking, stop, hands up, stop talking, everyone be quiet. And so my daughter's learned really quick that she can't talk while eating, so she won't do that here. But I definitely have seen kids who will like shove their mouth full of eggs. So, is that your dad? I was like, you stop. Like, I will death glare a child. It's like, what are you doing? I just had a question. No, I can't hear you from the smacking of the goddamn food in your mouth. Stop.
No, it's like they don't chew and talk. It's they shove it to one side and try to talk. And it's like, just finish what you're chewing. And
no,
then talk.
I can see it like all in their mouth. It's not in the cheek. Mm-hmm. Like if you want to cheek it, fine. That looks a lot better than seeing in the back of your throat and trying to go, what are you saying?
No, other times they'll try and talk and there's food that is shut out of their mouth. I'm like, all right, we need to finish this conversation after you're done chewing, and I wipe off half of your food off my shirt. So, yeah, that's one thing we argue about that one a lot. I think I make a bigger deal about it than anybody else, because it drives me nuts. So, and I'm guilty of it too. But when I cover my mouth and it's only like a quick sentence if I have to talk. But it's like I'll cheek and cover my mouth when I talk.
Yeah,
but like,
I'll do that too.
I don't want like one food to fly out of my mouth. Yeah, and I don't want anybody to see what the hell I'm doing. So
I'll put a napkin over, like you're not blowing your nose, but like that.
Yeah, I'll cover it too. I mean, I'm obviously not perfect by much, but that's one big thing that we fight with. I think more than anything. And then,
but did that come from your parents? Like, were you like we were? I got. I'm gonna watch my word on this one. I got my ass handed to me on numerous occasions of talking with my mouth full, chewing with my mouth full and open. Like, there's definitely consequences afterwards. So trauma. But like,
I don't think it went to the extent of like getting anything like reprimanded in that way. I think it was handled fairly well. I don't think we had. I don't really remember. I think I just always did it because I hated seeing it. Like I think I have an issue with people's mouths because like military, I cannot stand to be in the room when people are brushing their teeth. It grosses me out. I can't fucking stand it. I don't know why. I had the hardest time hearing somebody brush their teeth,
I'm
and
just gonna show up to your house and be like, "Is he here?" Yeah.
it's I don't know what the fuck it is. And
We're
then
here. Uh huh.
it's, I will yeah, I've literally like had to go into a stall and finish brushing my teeth because I don't know what the hell it was. I weren't even started. I guess I realized that when I was in the military, I couldn't do it. It drove me nuts. And then people that, when they talk, build up spit in the side of their mouth,
Yeah.
I want to slap them.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you just stop and like swallow the mounds of spit on the side of your face, please? Because I want it gone.
I've been called out. Like, I will, especially like after eating sour candy or whatever, I will swallow my spit, or if it's like too much and I'm out, am I just like out and about? I had no problem spitting, but you will hear me talking, all of a sudden I'll have to stop, swallow my spit, and keep talking. I've had people literally just go, "What are you doing? Why'd you take a break?" Because, bitch, my mouth was full of saliva. You may have not seen it. I can feel it underneath my tongue, and I can feel myself like starting to get really bad lisp coming on because my saliva is building up and I can't feel where my fucking tongue's at. Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah, no, it's weird. The stuff that I think the military's done to me.
Yeah, not trauma from childhood at all, but like
No.
there are certain things like that, like chewing with your mouth open, or not chewing with your mouth open, talking with your food, and all that stuff. Like I was definitely taught. My better half was clearly not taught, and arguments ensue. But I'll tell my kids all the time. It's so funny to see the certain things that we almost nitpick from our childhood and be like, yeah, I'm gonna pass this on. Or in my case, I'm gonna pass this on, but I'm gonna do it in a less trauma inducing situation. Because like to say my dad was a fan of ass whoopings would be an understatement. Mm-hmm. And to say my mom was a fan of blackmail would be an understatement. I do mean blackmail in the sense of, you wait till I tell your dad. He's fucking TDY. When's he coming back? September, maybe. Oh, well, it's May. Who gives a fuck? September rolls around. Oh, yeah, there was definitely tween years, 11, 12 years old. Like, fine, whatever. You're not going to fucking remember. Your memory's trash, too. Good luck. You might as well just write it down. Get home, get my ass whipped on day one. What the fuck was that for? You remember we telling your mom? No.
That was 4 months ago.
I don't remember any of that.
Well, I got 4 months of ass whooping to catch up on, so get ready.
Very much. This is from May. This is from April. This is from March. We're going back to January, fuckers. But it's so interesting to see that aspect. And again, like I didn't cook with my dad, I didn't cook with my mom. I am cooking actively with my kids. Sometimes with my wife, there's a lot of times like I just don't want people in my kitchen, because that's also where like I go to relax. I'm like, I'm cooking a meal. Fuck off. I've been home all day. I've heard a 4-year-old say my name a million times. I've heard a 4-year-old just scream like a banshee, and it's obnoxious. So I just need a small little break. And but still, like, I'll cook with them and everything, or playing video games, I'll pass that along. And it's so interesting, like these hobbies and passions now are becoming hobbies and passions of theirs, but at the same time there's these one-off fucking passions. Like my son has a monster truck and emergency response vehicles and construction vehicles. Like we just went to Dozer Days up in Kansas City this weekend, and like he fucking loved it. He got riding an excavator, a backhoe, a bulldozer. He got riding like just a bunch of shit, and he was excited. I didn't give two shits about it, but it was cool to see him get so happy and excited and love it. He was just, oh my god. And he was telling the people in line, this has a tread wheel. This is tread. This is not like standard wheels. This has a suspension that. He was like, how the fuck do you know all this shit? You're 4, and yet you can't eat your goddamn dinner. But it's so interesting to see like the knowledge or lack of knowledge we had growing up, and then like passing on or not passing on to the kids, or to me, from my perspective, so interesting. So I think watching these kids grow up is so perplexing yet so fascinating to watch, and be like, my child's in first grade. I have a 4-year-old that was denied preschool because of his birthday was off by 42 days. Sorry, not even by 37 days. Fuckers. Not salty about it, but it's so interesting to see the development and to be like, oh, I'm not going to teach my kids this. I want to teach them this. I'm going to teach this a different way. And like, even with like therapy, I know a bunch of people who go to therapy. I know a bunch of parents that go to therapy, and for the most part, they keep it from their kids. Whereas like my daughter and my son would be like, where are you guys going? We gotta go to therapy. And it's, explain we're trying to become better people, we're trying to have a better marriage, we're trying to be better parents, blah 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 blah. And we explain it to this 4 and 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Over the head, but we also aren't like hiding anything or keeping anything away, because there's a lot of things I remember that I would get secondhand information from like my oldest brother. I'd be like, well, I can't really talk to mom and dad because they wouldn't be open about it. So it's so dynamically different, yet interesting.
There's also newer things that we're trying to teach at the same time, because my kids
Internet's
are
danger.
Yes, internet is, but they're getting the apps now. They have, just Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook. Luckily, there's no Facebook right now. Thank
No
God for that.
Snapchat.
But
Nope.
they have those, and they're seeing the reels, Instagram shorts, YouTube shorts, all that stuff. Everything is in shorts now. So they're seeing these things, and they're like, "Oh, did you know that this happened?" And I'm like, "Hold on. Where did you see this? Who said this? And why are you taking it for face value?"
Yeah.
Let's go back here and let's look at what it is. Oh, well, this is said and this is happening. Like, no.
Context.
This is somebody looking for views, clicks to build their channel.
Yeah.
Take a second and look at what they've done. Look where they're pulling their content from. Look who they're tagging in their content.
Yeah.
Look at what they're doing, because they're stealing somebody else's content to make it theirs at the same time while giving them credit. So go back and look at it, research what you're looking at, and don't take everything for face value, because the internet, surprise, surprise, is full of lies. You can find factual statements and facts on the internet. You have to know where to look for them, but you're going to find more lies than you are truth when it comes to a lot of things that you're going to see, especially within shorts, YouTube, and things like that, unless you're
social
looking for
media
specific things. Yeah.
You can encapsulate it all into the category of social media as a whole. Mm-hmm. We're kind of at that stage with my 6-year-old daughter, that everything you see, don't believe it, especially social media. Like, I've had to ban kids YouTube, because it's the age range is not specific. And what I mean by that is it's like, how old's your kid? Under 5? Nope. 5 to 13. Hold on. That's a huge developmental gap. Because like what a 10 to 13-year-old should see is drastically different than what a 6-year-old should see. Mm-hmm. But there was even just like videos where they weren't bad or anything, but it was like the kids were back talking and it was all just a skit. But my daughter was watching this, and she was starting to have this attitude towards me. I was like, nope, that's not how this works. Yeah, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not the parent to play this with. I will tell you right now, as someone who has a intense background on the internet, no, this is not how this works. You are not going to speak to us this way. You are not going to treat other people this way. This is not how we live, and this is not how we function. But we've had to flip side. There's definitely been times where I busted my ass up laughing because my daughter is like, "Did you know about this?" It's like, yeah, that fucking happened in the 80s. It's like, when was that? 100 years ago? Listen, okay, you need to stop fucking going to 100 years. That was 40 years ago. Chill the fuck out.
Way back in the 1900s.
But she discovered she was in my iTunes library because I let her have access to my music. Not the greatest idea. I will say that. But I'm also like, I don't care, because music is art, and we're teaching her like, it's, you can listen to whatever you want, but understand a lot of lyrics have meanings behind them. So now she's at a stage of, what's this song about? What's this song about? What's the song about? And someone was like, I can't tell you. Can't tell you.
Dad, what's a WAP?
I don't listen to that song, but like,
Burger King, it's a Whopper.
no, because I can't lie, because then that's a whole different can of worms we're opening up. Going to school, I had a WAP. No, you fucking didn't. You know, goddamn well that's what would happen. But no, it's interesting, because she found one of my Elvis Presley songs. She's like, Dad, have you heard this song? And it's always like, have you heard this song? What song? Oh, hold on one second. Hey, I'm going to tell you this. If you're going to ask me if I've seen something or heard it, have it ready to go. That's all I ask. Because me waiting around going, what? Like, little OCD may be coming through, but like, it bugs me. But she played, and it was I'll Always Be True by Elvis Presley. And I hear the melody. I was like, oh yeah, I know that song. She goes, you do? Girl, you're listening to my fucking iTunes. Yes, I know this song. When's this song from? It's older than your Nana. Oh my God. It's like 100 years?
Oh my gosh.
No. And I had to sit there and go, 50s.
No?
Almost.
Damn, you're close.
So close.
She's gonna be right soon, but
She
she'll be a little older.
She was almost right with one of the Tennessee Earl songs I have on my playlist, because it's from like 1930 something, like late 1930s. And I was like, it's not 100 years old. I'm thinking it's like post World War II. I was like, oh,
Oh, fuck.
Okay, great, awesome. But or like, she'll find a toy, like she recently has discovered Powerpuff Girls and Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron, like the old school Nickelodeon stuff. And I was like, yeah, this is part of my childhood. Oh, really? Like, yeah. You want me to watch it with you? No. Go away.
It ain't bad.
Okay.
I'm watching it.
And like, my son won't let me watch Power Rangers with him, because that's his Power Rangers. Fucker. But then they'll see like really weird shit online, and I just had to be like, that's not true. And I had to break it down and explain it the same way. And that's probably so fucking catch-22 for us, because at the same time we're teaching like stranger danger basically, and you know, facts versus false information. We're also that generation that got on like AOL Messenger, like ASL. Oh, I'm 7, Mount Hope, Kansas.
Like, hold on.
Male.
Yeah, and that's just trying to teach them that stuff because we've been through it. And
We openly been through. That was the problem. We were so fucking open to it. We're like, nope, that's no. He is not your age. He's not your age. Well, how do you know? I don't know, but we're just gonna assume he's a pervy old 37-year-old man, not your age.
And it's like trying to make sure that they know not to put their information out on everything, because when we go places,
everywhere.
oh, come win this in your email and your address. Like, whoa, no. First off, you don't need to try to win a 2024 Silverado truck. You're 12. You're not going to be able to drive it.
You can't pay the taxes up front.
You don't even know what you're doing. You're putting your information into a computer that you have no idea where it's going.
Yeah.
So I was like, back up, stop doing it. And I know when we're not watching, I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if I've got it through to them yet. They're like, oh, you have to be careful of this. So much as we can to try and get them to do it, it's tough.
Which is so funny, because like, absolutely the same way. It's like, don't do this. Don't put your information out there. However, I'm also the one that's like, look, I haven't taught them this yet, but I personally have a Google number. I have a bunch of emails, and I have all this other shit where I would literally put down my Google number, because good luck fucking contacting me on that one. They ain't gonna go through. Oh, you're going to do this email? Yeah, that's all fucking junk. I don't check it anyway. So I just wanted the free whatever it was that came along with it. But like, definitely, like, that's something I've already know I'm gonna have to teach my kids, and will teach them. I was like, look, if you feel like this is sketchy, if you feel like this is not 100% truthful or honest, feel free to get fake information. And I know I'm going to teach my daughter that same thing with, like, if somebody's just pestering you for your phone number, give them a fake phone number, but you better be giving that same phone number away constantly. And there's part of me is like, give them my phone number. Because I promise you, when they call me, I'm going, who the fuck are you? I'm looking for speak, idiot. You got cock in your goddamn mouth? Use your words.
Yeah.
Formulate your sentence. But like, that's going to have to happen. And teach the flip side to my son of, you're going to get fake phone numbers. Read it back and get false information back. And just change the number. If they correct you, then it's a fake number. But it's stupid fucking shit like that like bugs me that I'm going to have to pass on, because that was never taught to me. I don't think that was even taught to you. You know, honor, trust.
Not.
Don't be fucking creepy and pervy.
Our big thing was, you don't give out your address, your phone number.
Nope.
And I mean, back then is when we didn't have anything but a.
You don't give our home. You don't give our fucking home phone number out, you asshole.
Yeah. There was times I couldn't even give it out to my friends because, like, I don't want anybody calling the house. Like, fuck. Okay. So we had to figure that out. But my biggest thing that I always took away from, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So that's one thing I've always related to them is like, oh, you sign up for this, and I always use the 10 CDs for a penny. Yeah. You remember that back in the day? You sign up for this, you get 10 CDs for a penny. But
wasn't that long ago?
$9.99 a month or whatever.
Yeah.
But I say that would always get everybody, because they would do it, and they get these 10 CDs for a penny, but then they would get a bill that they'd have to pay, and their parents would freak out. So
the same with the magazines. You get your first month magazine for free, and don't worry, it only comes every 3 months. Game Informer was really bad about this, where you get your first Game Informer, and then 3 months later you get Game Informer plus the bill for $9.99. You're like, fuck.
Yeah. And now free trials are one that gets everybody. So so my son's always going to be, hey, can we do the free trial? Sure. Give me your card information. You're responsible. If you want this, perfectly fine. You can do this free trial on YouTube or whatever you're trying to do. But I'm not going to get charged $79 after your 30-day free trial. So you're going to pay for it. So they think about, like, okay, they're setting reminders here, reminders there. I'm like, why? And first I was like, why are you getting it? What are you going to do? Because I have probably 15 to 20 different emails that I've used for free trials on YouTube, and it's to watch like one thing. It's a lot of times it's been a sports game of some kind, or a pay-per-view of some kind that I wanted to see that amounted to nothing. So I've gotten caught to where I've forgotten I have 7 days to cancel this. Well, I should have canceled it right after I watched it, because I knew I wasn't going to do anything else with it. But I'm like, oh, I got 6 more days. Maybe I'll just check out, see what they have. Well, I have downtime. Oh, 14 days later, I have a bill. Like, fuck. Forgot about that one.
We're two sides of the same coin, because I will do the same thing. I will do the free trial, but at the same time, I will do the free trial and then instantly cancel it, because I still get my free trial. And I've done that with like my 6-year-old mostly, where she wants an app and it has like a weekly or even a fucking monthly subscription based on it. I was like, okay, you can do a week, but I'm going to set it up for you. And then quickly schedule it, and then schedule it to cancel. And then she's like, okay. But then when it runs out, Dad, nope. You got $7.99 a week? What? Yeah, you got $8? No? Oh, then you can't do it. I'll go do chores at Nana's house. Do you got $8? I will. Soon. No.
Once you get that $8, we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk.
At that point, you're going to want to go buy candy anyways. So yeah, nope.
She wants to go buy toys. She's not big into candy. That's my son. That apple didn't fall too far from this tree. But it's so dynamically different and interesting from so many perspectives of it, though, where like the internet is the biggest danger out there right now. And of course, with that said, this is also how we order food. This is also how we watch TV shows. This is how you get your Uber drives and all that. Like,
your biggest tool, also.
Yeah, and that's what we're teaching, or I'm teaching, I would say, more is like everything is an asset, a tool, and a advantage that can be used 100% of the time. But you also have to understand is this is a good and evil thing. Where there's all this good, there is all this evil, and honestly, it's probably tenfold evil to good. And I've had to tell my daughter before, like, again, we don't sugarcoat shit. We don't exploit everything either to like the vulgarness of it. But like the other day, I found a TikTok video where it's literally like 20 fucking parts because this asshole couldn't put in 5-10 minute fucking anyways. So it's literally from a cop's chest cam, and it's them going into a school, and this girl gets busted for having a loaded weapon on her, and it's in her backpack, and she gets asked numerous times. Keep in mind, we other kids don't lie to us, because if anything bad happens, we need to know if you're telling us the truth and we can believe you. Otherwise, we're gonna not believe you and just what happens type thing. But the gist of it was this girl gets taken to the principal's office by 2 cops and a teacher. The principal literally goes, "Do you have anything on you that we need to know about?" No. And she's like, already stonewalling them, aggressive. No, I don't have anything. Okay, so you don't have a weapon? Because we've gotten reports this week that you have brought a weapon to school twice now. Nope, not me. They're lying. I don't know who's telling you that anyways. That's all just lies. That's all bullshit, whatever. And the principal's like, okay, well, here's how this is going to go. You can tell us now if you have any like pot, drugs, if you have a weapon, ammunition. You can tell us if it's in your backpack. And, we'll call your mom down here then, if you admit it to us now. Otherwise, I'm going to hand you over to the cops. At that point, you are out of our jurisdiction, out of our control. We can't do anything. We have to sit back and watch. We are here purely to supervise the cops to make sure you are safe. Well, I want to talk to my mom. Well, then answer me this. Is there anything inside your backpack or on you that we need to know about? Is there any weapons, any drugs, any pot, anything we need to be aware of? No, I told you this. And I'm letting my daughter watch all of this because she's going through these drills at school that you and I never had to go through. And I've told her numerous times, this is not something we joke about. We don't joke about bombs. We don't joke about weapons. We don't joke about any of this stuff. This is not a joking matter. And here's why. And the girl literally ends up confessing later on in the video saying she was just joking and people didn't believe her. So she had to bring it in so where people knew she was serious. So what started as a joke, in theory, became real. This girl ended up being taken down. She was 16 in whatever state she's in. She's now being tried as an adult. She got the weapon confiscated. That's not hers. She bought it off of, quote, the streets. So they're now, there's this whole other big issue. And she also had pot on her, which she got from her mom and dad. She stole it from them. And the kid lies and lies and lies. Even when they pull the weapon out, how'd you get this? Oh, I didn't know that was in there. And literally 20 fucking parts of this. And she ends up getting busted for minor in possession, but then gets tried as an adult for having a weapon, loaded weapon. She's on school property, all this stuff. And having my daughter watch all this, and she's like, oh, she's being arrested? Yes, and she'll be tried as an adult because she put the lives of everyone at danger. Oh, even if she didn't plan on using it, it's there, it's present, which means the threat is real. And what's even worse is, say a teacher saw it in her backpack and the teacher, like, she went in to go reach for it, or campus security, school security, whatever, saw it, or a cop saw her reach in there, and they didn't know if she's grabbing the gun or not. They had the right to assume you're going to do worse with it, that you're going to pull it out and shoot, because teachers do get shot, kids do get shot. This is a real thing that happens on a almost hourly basis around the US. And you need to understand, this is why your mom and I are so strict about this. Like, you don't go to school joking about it. You don't go to school joking about a bomb. You don't go to school joking about a gun or a weapon or a bullet or anything. You just don't, because this is real life. And our school has a zero tolerance for that stuff. So if your kid is joking around, they'll be asked once to stop. if they keep joking around about I have a weapon or I'm going to bring a weapon, even if it's a joke, they get instantly suspended, out of school suspension. The parents get contacted and the cops get brought in. So it seems like our school's doing everything right. We haven't had an issue, thankfully. But we're having to like explain this to my daughter, and I just find random ass videos. But so we're showing her like, unfortunately, all the dangers of all this. But at the same time, like, hey, you want to see something cool? You want to make this dish? Does this dish look good? Do you want this toy? Do you want to go build this out of Legos? Do you like? We have all the fun stuff too, but it's definitely a catch-22 situation with the internet, and I'm definitely not one that says hinder and restrict all access to data and all access to internet. It's purely like they need to be aware of the possibilities and what to take of it and what not to do with it and that type of stuff. Yeah. And when in doubt, ask. And that's our big thing is you can ask us anything. We're not going to shy away from it. It's going to be uncomfortable, but we're not going to shy away from it. Then the only question I haven't answered is, what's this song about? And it's American Horror by Snow White or Snow Wife. And I'm like, no. I'm not going to tell you this about BDSM and hardcore sex. We're not talking about that. So I always comes out, this is adult. Like, yes, it has a really good beat, has a really good melody, has a really good tempo. And you love, like, that's what she loves about it because she doesn't understand the lyrics. But at the same time, this is adult music. Just like my songs by Deuce are adult lyrics. Just be aware. Not appropriate for you, but it's just interesting and weird at the same time. And to say, like, never had to worry about this. The closest I had to worry about this growing up was AC/DC or rock in general. Like, you shouldn't let them listen to this. You shouldn't let them listen to Nickelback. It's fine. Yeah, Shaking Hands was not fine. That is not an appropriate song for even a teenager to listen to. Just saying. Fight for all the wrong reasons. Again, not really appropriate song for a kid to listen to.
Yeah. So I think in our whole dad transference, we touched on it. Did we kind of went on tangents, but dad mind more like it just kind of went off on our own things. But I think for the most part, it's never ending, and we're kind of picking up on. I do catch myself picking up on smaller things too that I remember being taught or shown, trying to be in that moment, saying, "Oh yeah, here, try this. Or, look at this. Oh, I was shown this," and it's just like little things when you're outside as well.
Mine, like that's what's so funny is like mine's the exact opposite. I'm picking up on the things I was not taught, and think, God damn, I wish somebody would have taught me this. And now
there are things like that too.
Like, oh, but let me show you how I got this. I went to YouTube. I'm very fucking proud of that fact that I went to YouTube because it's like there's nothing to be shameful about. But yeah, it's definitely moments where it's like, oh, I was taught this. Let me teach them that. Or I was taught this. I'm not going to teach it this way. Let me do it a better way. But yeah, it's all there. It's still data transfer to kids. Like it's all there. And whether it's the differences of lifestyle, differences of perspective, and differences of just era of raising, like it's a different time. Is so interesting though. Like we will. I don't know what I'm saying. We'll do several other episodes about being dads. Got 18 years.
We've done plenty.
We've only done a few, actually. We've only done 3, just to be specific.
Oh, okay.
More than that. You would think, right? We make a lot of comments, but we don't do full dedicated episodes. But anyways, yeah. Check us out everywhere on social media, and come check us out on Thursday nights as we play video games on our collective platforms. Mine being Sig is that Cybermerc Sig. Roggles is that Roggle on Twitch. I'm Twitch and YouTube. And come check us out. Come check out Two Guys One Gamepad. We are going to try at the end of the year to do a full live stream of season 2 over on Twitch and maybe Kick or YouTube. We have to look at, I don't know why I'm saying we. I had to look at policies. I had to look at rules and regulations. He's just going to sit over there being comfy. But we're going to try to do Shut the fuck up. We're gonna try to do a live stream at the end of December of 2023, and it's going to be literally episode 1 to episode 150 or 148, whatever we cap out at for the season. So stay tuned for that. Best way to do it is like and follow and subscribe to us on social media platforms: YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok. Go to social media and just search Two Guys One Gamepad.
Everywhere.
I'm literally on so many fucking Pinterest. I'm on so many fucking places for us that I don't remember all the places we're at. So go check it out. And yeah, that's all I got for you, wonderful people. I'm Roggle's daddy. Here's Roggle.
Oh my god, with this daddy shit.
Say it. Call me daddy.
I got nothing. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Bye, bitch.